Earth-shattering news, folks. Can't make this stuff up. The fucking asshole, Stephen Harper, sellout, ready to destroy Canada. Folks, Bank of Canada, and at least some honesty. 10 years of majorly destroying our economy and all Canadians, thanks to Conservative Party of Canada, Tories merging with the Liberals. As I knew it all along, and I knew it with Mark Carney. 18-year Tory magically flips to a Whig overnight. Not that it matters, but for Canadians and absolutely Americans, we are witnessing a time right now where Canada is erasing American, Canadian, British, North American history with our much larger, much older southern friend. As a country, everything Stephen Harper's telling you is a major bullshit, a huge lie of epic proportions. Folks, this video is critical. The Kaylee Galt tariffs were Canada's tariffs on USA and USA's goods. That's led to current protectionisms that have always existed for Canada over the United States. And what Stephen Harper doesn't tell you is 1848 onward, when UK crushed colonial Canada, that wasn't even, it was a province of the British Empire as a colony. Ontario and Quebec together. And you know what? UK destroyed them. Ended all trade relationship with us. We were done. It's why we have mass amounts of our trade with USA to this day. But USA receiving no taxes, no supplements from this gonna-be Canadian government that ended up being the Dominion of Canada, never reciprocated anything to the United States, States of the Union at the time of their Reconstruction phase, post the Civil War, and they were still at war with the Spanish Empire. Did British North America lend a hand or push any monies towards? No. They were given the little brother access to the American market from that day forward. And this is back in the 1850s, long before Canada was a country. Stephen Harper, the liar, the cheat, the thief, the Tory lover of Whigs and Tories together. We gotta merge together. It's all about the wealthy 1%. I have chased everything Harper and what he's done with his life since Prime Minister, and all his corruption in the United States of America, specifically his office in the northern states. I know exactly where it is, what he's been doing. I'm going to be rolling that out over the course of this week to fry this asshole. And that's really what he is, a piece of shit, thieving, cheating, liar asshole who ascended to Prime Minister by lying to Western Canadians, specifically all Albertans, who are being manipulated into the same bullshit again for the same effectual means to an end of basically the wealthy, not even 1%. It's 3,000 players in the Conservative side. Sick, ill, disgusting, the destruction of all Canadians. Liberals have been on board anyway, but they're really ramping it up under Mark Carney with absolute merger of the Conservatives. Folks, again, UK ended all trade with us holding still that as our head of state, took away all trading for British North America remaining, which is what's known today as Canada. USA gave us full access to their market while they fought a war overseas, destroying the Spanish Empire. They go on for another 40 years like that. Well, Canada was tariffing them, driving the cost of goods in Canada up 65%. And you want to talk fair? Nothing fair about it with the United States. And again, Canada of that period, not even Canada, what Stephen Harper's going into, He ignores all the UK truth and then hammers, oh, USA tried to annex us because they were tired of paying your bills, subsidizing you. Which, oh, you always got to move. Which America's been subsidizing us as they had to do then, they're doing today, since pretty much 1960, to be honest. But it really got bad. Harper lies about the truth of what he did. He defunded the military by half, from 2% below 1%. The worst funding of American-Canadian treaties ever seen by a prime minister in history. As hard to believe as that is, you think it was bad under Trudeau? He actually spent a little bit more, bringing us to 1.3% of our GDP. Canada owes, it's sad, Trump loves Canadians, as do the Democrats. They hate your corrupted, complete government shit, and that's the reality of it. And people need to know that. They need to know that the bad guys here are us. We're the bad guys because we don't stand up to our crummy, corrupt federal governments. Either party. And all Canadians, oh, if you just vote for the other guy, everything will get better. Stephen Harper was one of the worst and most corrupt until Trudeau, who doubled down on him. And now Mark Carney, who wants to transition you into communism and fight America. We will not win this. And the 10 years of pain that is a truth of history, again, if you don't know the Sam Houston legacy and story of the Republic of Texas after a Revolutionary War, and then the destruction of that right away, and how they sold out Sam Houston, who fought for their independence when he said, we've got to go to statehood, we've got to do it. And all the monarchical lovers, the socialist and fascist, crown Spanish, took over all those institutionalized subjects, just like you today, Canadians, who thought, fuck the Indians, they're savages. That's what they thought. We'll kick them all out of the Republic of Texas. They can go out to all those American states. They had a fucking asshole named Mark Carney. They had a fucking asshole named Stephen Harper, who convinced all those people, yeah, elbows up, this is what we gotta do. We're invincible, we're Texas, we're gonna have all of Europe at our feet, we're gonna have the Asian world, we're gonna do USA in, we're gonna be the most powerful. They were bankrupt in 3 years. Canadians, this is where you're going. China's not gonna sweep in to save you, they're gonna sweep in to exploit you. If you don't know this, go look at Australia, who's moving rapidly towards the United States, who's replacing us with the United States in all our critical primary sector trade. Brazil is moving in, taking the other half. Venezuela is going to be the oil replacement. These people who think their individual regions have specialty with the United States, they can't make you a nation. Sure, they can recognize any province in Canada, but the world will not. And they don't have unilateral power to do that. If you don't know this, 1945 till 2025, most countries ever created in world history, all other histories for 5,000 years, few empires, brute force domination. America's giving you a way out, Canadians. A way out of your crummy, corrupt, evil, thieving, cheating, lying government that can't function in the world today. It can't. And they don't want to give up their filthy corruption. They've breached all their treaty obligations, all of their Section 91 responsibilities in your very shitty constitution. But at least there's that. And they've never ever held true to any of those. And then all of a sudden they're in all these provincial powers. Why? Why? nationalizing, thieving, cheating, because you have corrupt premiers for all of Canada's history. USA's done with it. They've been done with it pretty much in the last 20 years. They've been building up to this moment. Republican and Democrat alike. It's just Trump's turn. It's just Trump and him enforcing it in your face. No more. But Joe Biden was hard at work on this. Donald J. Trump, before Joe Biden, really hard to work on this. And we can go on and on. Even Barack Obama, they were working on this. We can go all the way back. We can go all the way back to Ronald Reagan. They were working on this. And now we're at an epic point, an epic time. And Stephen Harper, like Mark Carney, who just tried to manufacture British Quebec's history, erasing American history and erasing Francophone history in Canada. Well, PQ's surgeon, Francois Legault, thrown out on his ass. Quebecois are done. You will not erase our history. We're not going this way, folks. This is brutal. It's going to be a choice, maybe very soon, by Donald J. Trump, who has no choice, and you will see him in Congress, just like you're seeing these Congress actions where they're pulling these people in and questioning them on Canada and tariffs and everything else. And Canada should be scared. We should all be scared, because I am trying to present to all Canadians the Sam Houston truth of the Republic of Texas, and how they wouldn't listen, the people wouldn't listen in massive majority. In socialist, fascist, crown monarchical institution, they were going to teach America, they were going to show the world. Well, they went bankrupt within 3 years. And then USA made them stew. And that's no Arctic climate in no Texas. Can you imagine how it'll be for Canadians? 3-4 winters, and all of a sudden the social programs are no longer economically viable. Canada can only borrow so much against its undeveloped resources. When the people aren't able to generate money, when you can't pay your debts, which are overwhelming, and your debt to GDP ratio and the ability of Canadians to work and pay taxes to pay that and sustain that, the world financial system says, sorry, on your own, assholes. Welcome to the world of Venezuela. Sell your shit for pennies on the dollar. Learn to live with nothing. If you don't think that's true, it happens all the time. It happened to Texas. It happens to countries, regions all the time who step out on pulpits in full fucking bullshit of world reality and world international law. No Canadian is going to be safe. There's no special privilege for Alberta or Quebec or anybody. We're all in this together. We, the little people, the subjects, are completely fucked under the establishment, liberals and conservatives. And I'm telling you, Stephen Harper, the dirty son of a bitch, just sold us all out, and he's pushing for military intervention from USA. That's what he's doing. And thinking that China, like the losers way back in colonial Texas history, thought that they're going to teach America, the colonial world's going to come for them. Well, they didn't. They couldn't, because they're bullshit. They only care about themselves and what they're going to get and how they can exploit you. That's the truth that's always been for Canada in all of its history. We're still being exploited in many regions of Canada on the Crown lands, as are the First Peoples and the slave-working Canadians. That's how it works. Subjects, slaves, and savages, non-human beings, to be liquidated. And America promises to put an end to that. Absolutely. As Indian citizens and American citizens, if we go that route. But we're in big trouble. And I'm telling you, in everything I know of history, this is going towards military intervention. All because your Canadian government, exclusively all of them united, your crown, in its customary fashion, its evil socialist fashion, will die. Will at least have all of you die. They'll sacrifice all of you before they ever give up their power, privilege, and thieving. Their divinity. It's sick. Can't make this stuff up. It's terrifying. Get this video shared out. Get it to everyone you know. Gotta go back to work. Love you all. Bye now.